And welcome back to the My Pokemon Academia crossover What If. If you hear me struggle with this story just a little bit, it's mostly because I have a cat currently trying to get all the affection from me while I'm trying to focus on my task. Because Pumpkin here, my friend's cat, which you can't see at the moment because I'm not on the video, is so attention crazy, it's nuts. But last time on the My Pokemon Academia crossover What If, we had Midoriya, Shinso, and Asui heading towards Swampwood City and arriving there. Now, as I described Swampwood City, I'll re-describe it again. There is a town in Alola, at the Alola region. It's on the last island. It's basically that dock town you go to where the boats are kind of the buildings. That's essentially what this town is kind of like. There are buildings, but it is mostly like ships that people either live in or have a business from. And there's one very large ship at the very end of the town that has the gym symbol on it and is the gym symbol. So after heading to the Pokemon Center, just to make sure their Pokemon are all good to go, both Midoriya and Shinso head over to the gym, and they see the receptionist, and they ask the standard question: "Is the gym leader in?" It's like, "Oh yes, sir, Mr. Plasm should be in right now." Mr. Plasm? Oh yeah, Midoriya is actually pops up. Like, that's right. This gym is run by Ectoplasm, the ghost trainer. It's like, that's very. I see. I'm well known throughout the entire region. I'm impressed. And there comes Ectoplasm, just in his cloak, his appearance. Even Shinso, who is kind of ghoulish himself, just a little bit. And Asi kind of like, whoa, look at him. He's like, yeah. We're sorry. It's like, no, it's fine. I get that. Given my appearance, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. So you're my new challengers, I take it. Is that right? Yes, sir. Very well. Come forth. So they head in, and basically Ectoplasm kind of puts it like this: I do a double battle format style. Will this be sufficient for you? And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, we can do it. It's like, do it that way. I mean, you'll have to fight us back to back, but you got a healing, basically like a little mini Pokemon Center, in the room. And Plasma actually thinks it's like, I do. However, if you both switch it, I haven't actually had two challengers in quite some time. So how about we arrange something slightly different? As Plasma pulls out, because Ectoplasm does have hands. He has arms. We really don't see them very often now I think about it. He actually fights a bit more with his legs, which are artificial because he lost them. Just the cat, Pumpkin's being so silly. He says instead he holds out basically 4 Pokeballs in his hand. We will fight with 4 Pokemon. However, it'll be 4 on 4. The 2 of you will fight me with 2 Pokemon each. You'll have 2 substitutions. It'll make things a bit more interesting, shall I, boys? That way you won't be spending all day here, and you won't have to spend all day here. Plus, it'll give you good experience when you have to battle together with someone else. What do you say? And Shinso and Midoriya are just like, you want to go for this? Like, hell yeah, I want to go for this. It's like, let's do this. Midoriya and says, okay, challengers, choose your Pokemon. If you're ready, go. And out comes Gourgeist, Dusknoir, Bayonet, and the last one leaves, Coppergrigus. Now, obviously, why did I choose these Pokemon? A, he's Ectoplasm's based kind of like Ghost based in some way, mostly appearance. And so I want a Ghost type Pokemon on his team, but specifically and more importantly, I want a Ghost type Pokemon that dealt in some way, some form of multiplication. Because that's what Ectoplasm's ability is, to create duplicates of himself. So all these Pokemon either are capable of using Double Team on some level. I know Gourgeist and Bayonetta definitely are. Or with Dusknoir, I just honestly want something that had some muscle to it, because he has to have one major super clone technique. And Coppergrigus' ability allows it to basically, anytime it's hit by an opponent, turn its opponent's ability into Mummy, meaning it loses its ability for the battle. Midoriya and Shinso send out Metang and Umbreon, and Ariados and Chatot respectively. And then the referee just, raises a hand and says, and begin! So we don't see the beginning of this battle, but don't worry, I'm not completely copping out on this. We will see later on the end part of the battle. But we cut to a room in a lighthouse. Well, not a room in a lighthouse, but a room in a town that has a lighthouse. Particularly if the town is known as Inabe City. I just made this up, by the way. Oh, sorry, no, it's not Inabe City. Sorry, this town is High Peak Town. Sorry, because it's basically it's kind of it's a town on a cliff that is bordering the ocean of the region, and basically they're meeting in this town. These two figures meet in this town, and one figure we know very well, and he says, "So, what exactly are you proposing, sir?" There's Shigaraki. They're just wondering. I'm not a patient man. I'm wanting it. I want to know if what you're offering me is really going to help me get revenge for my master, and help me achieve my goal. And a voice just kind of the voice of the man just answers back. Like, of course, I can't really do this character's voice for a while, and I will reveal who the character is in just a bit, but I can't do the voice very well. I haven't heard the English version of it in a little while. Only if you'll hold up your end of the bargain. But don't worry. Our goals seem to overlap in a way. We both want the destruction and rebirth of the society. It's high time that trainers and these high-class trainers, these champions, these elite fours, all of them. It's high time this society crumbles and we go back to the old ways. So if you're willing, as long as you can hold up your end of the bargain, I'll hold up mine. And Overhaul's there. Now, I'll be flat out honest, because I've pretty much reached the end of all the chapters already. I'm literally writing them day by day now. So, like, I've literally just I've literally just written the chapter that comes out of this after this one today. So I really gotta get back to writing some chapters up for this. But I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if I wanted to include Overhaul in the story, because the whole Eri Mira arc it's a good arc. I like the arc a lot, and it's like got some great moments and action. But ultimately, I'm thinking on it like, how do I play this guy up in this story of Pokemon? Because obviously I can't give him a quirk, because with the exception of One for All and All for One, I always do that. All for One and All Might, no one in this universe really has powers. So how am I going to, and furthermore, because he doesn't have powers, how is that goal about, basically getting rid of quirks, A, going to translate into, Pokemon world? And B, how is it without his ability to deconstruct and restructure things? How am I going to illustrate that? But thinking on it more and more, I'm like, no, first off, there's a few images in my head right now. I'm like, oh, when I get to that part of the story, it's going to be pretty cool. At least in my opinion. But also I'm like, okay, I think I figured out a way to make this work. But we'll talk more about that as the chapters come, because it's clearly the next big scenario that's going to be happening. Next big arc that's going to be happening here, or as big as we can kind of make it. Should also note that I am going to be kind of trying to wrap this one up as much as possible, because we're already now into chapter 30 of this What If, and it's probably going to be going into the 40s. I do want to kind of wrap it up at this point. And don't get me wrong, we still got, like I said, we're still going to be going into the 40s probably. But I do want to try to wrap this up, because I've now gone to the point where I'm like, I'm going to start running out of steam and energy with this one if I don't wrap it up at a good point. So we're going to be focusing more on just quickly getting through the gym battles and the league as soon as we get done with the Overhaul and Shigaraki arc. And yeah, there's a little bit of a spoiler there. The whole Shigaraki arc will come to an end. Shigaraki story in this case is going to be coming to an end around this point. And I say that because, again, that's the problem with My Hero. It's still going on. So trying to get story elements into the Pokemon story is difficult when it is predominantly a Pokemon story with My Hero characters. But anyway, we cut back now, and this is where I said we're not done with the battle yet. Cut back now to the battle, and really it's now down to and gotta get these guys out of the way. It's now down to Gorgeist and Dust Noir. Let's make these guys a little bigger now. Gorgeist and Dust Noir are his remaining Pokemon. Whereas for Midoriya and for Shinso, they got their aces out at this point. They got Lord Vesta and they got Malamar, but that's all they got left. Like their teams got kind of knocked to the curb a little bit. Ectoplasm's no joke when it comes to like multi-battles. But the fight continues on. Dust Noir uses Confuse Ray. Gorgeist uses Razor Leaf. Lord Vesta using Flame Charge basically muscles through the Razor Leaf and does manage to hit Gorgeist, but Malamar gets confused and from Confuse Ray. Manages to hypnosis on Gorgeist as Lord Vesta is going for it. Unfortunately, Gorgeist is immune as it has insomnia. I'm pretty sure that is I can look real quick. It's like that is, I know it has that ability. That's the ability I gave it, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. So yeah, it does not fall asleep, but it does still get hit by the Flame Charge, which, remember, increases Lord Vesta's speed. Dust Noir counters with a Thunder Punch, landing right on Malamar. Malamar hurts itself in confusion. Dust Noir uses Confuse Ray on Lord Vesta. Gorgeist uses Bullet Seed on Malamar. Lord Vesta, however, uses Bug Buzz and basically lands right on Gorgeist, preventing it from being confused because it was focusing on Gorgeist at the time. Dust Noir comes in with Thunder Punch at Lord Vesta. It gets hit by a Psychic from Malamar, who's no longer on the confusion, thanks for the save by Lord Vesta. Lord Vesta hits Gorgeist with a Flame Charge, this time actually knocking it out. Gorgeist was teetering. Gorgeist tries Shadow Bond, but it fails as it's getting knocked out and being finally taken out with his Psybeam along, with Lord Vesta. Teamwork makes the dream work. Dust Noir goes for a Fire Punch on Lord Vesta, but Fire Punch, Lord Vesta blocks point blank with Bug Buzz. The attack really doesn't do much because it's going against a fire type attack, but Lord Vesta's fire type, so any fire damage is already mitigated, and Dust Noir risks getting a burn. Both end up being knocked out, but because Malamar is still up and about, the winner in this fight is, team whatever, Team 7, no. The winner of the fight is Midoriya and Shinso. And it's like, the winner, all the gym leaders' Pokemon are knocked out. The winner is Shinso and Midoriya. We did it! That was a good fight, you kids. Very well earned. So take this. They're handed a badge that honestly, that the only way I can describe it is, when Gotenks in Dragon Ball Z makes the Super Kamikaze ghost attack and he's spitting up ghosts, that's kind of what it looks like, except with Ectoplasm's mouth. So it's a badge. It's got these three little white blobs coming like in a circle around it, and around basically this golden set of teeth, kind of. It's almost like a fluffy, blumpy looking shuriken. And they will look at the badge, you're like, this is a weird badge, but thank you. You've earned the multiform badge. Now, if you're looking for your next gym battle, you're going to have to head up the mountains to Drake Eye City. There, if I remember her name correctly, it's Ryu something, the Dragon Woman, the woman with the dragon quirk. Let's see here now. Where was she in this chapter in my series here? Where was it? Nidri and Ryoko. So yeah, they run into her. Sorry, I have a bag there. I always had my notes in. They run in. They don't run into her. They know who she is because they met her before. She's the 7th strongest gym leader in the region. That means she's not the strongest, but she's using dragon types. So my question to you folks is at home, and if you think on it a bit, you'll probably know who it is. But who do you think is the strongest gym leader? Who do you think is gym leader number 8? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, they're going to be heading. They're on the way to Drake Eye City. Yeah, they're on their way to Drake Eye City, and they're gonna get some. And there's going to be some power ups. Increases of power later on. They're going to be really working for it, and especially in the next coming gyms and next coming battles. Till then, though, that is my thoughts. That is the end of this chapter. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win. Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything new on the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get that at some point. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell if you want notifications, and I'll see you next time, folks.